This video guitar lesson is all about how to play the E7 chord and the E minor 7 and the E major 7 chords on the guitar. The E7 chord. So the first note in the chord is the open low E string. Then you put your second finger, middle finger, on the second fret of the A string. And make sure it's nice and curved so that the D string can ring open. And then you put your first finger on the first fret of the G string. And then the B string and the high E string also ring open. So all together. Make sure that your third finger and your pinky don't accidentally muffle any of these strings. So what you could do is, you could see I have my third finger kind of squeezing the second finger, and then my pinky's kind of just in the air there. So you could try something like that. Another way to play this chord is you set it up just like the regular E chord, but then you add this note right here. Use your pinky on the third fret of the B string, like that. And again, you just got to make sure your fingers are curved so that you don't accidentally muffle the high E string. So that was the E7 chord. Here's the E minor 7. So this one, the first note, is the low E string again. Then you put your first finger on the second fret of the A string. And you put your second finger on the second fret of the D string. And these two fingers squeeze together, so they're as close together as possible, like that. And then the G string is open. And then you put your third finger on the third fret of the B string, and your pinky on the third fret of the high E string. And if you have smaller hands, you can kind of slide this way a little bit. And if you're a beginner having a hard time, here is a much easier way to play this chord. So all you got to do is put either your first finger or your second finger on the second fret of the A string, and everything else is open. So it's like this. If you don't like the way that sounds, here's kind of a halfway in between these two chords. So just put your first finger on the second fret of the D string. The G string rings open. And then you put your third finger here, pinky here. So it's like that. And then you're not going to play the low E string and the A string. So this way you get that sound, but it's not as difficult. And so that you don't accidentally play the A string open, unless you want it to, you just put your palm here, rest it right on the low E string and the A string, and just play like this. If you want to strum, you can kind of slide your hand a little bit like that. This is the E major 7 chord on the guitar. So this one, the first note, is the low E string open. And then you put your third finger on the second fret of the A string. And you put your first finger on the first fret of the D string. And your second finger on the first fret of the G string. So these fingers are squeezing together there. And the B string and high E string ring open. So all together. And here's another way. So this one, you don't have to have the low E string ring open. I just like the way that sounds. But what you do is put your first finger on the second fret of the D string. And then you can either put these three fingers here like this, but then it's quite a stretch. So what I like to do is put my pinky, so this is on the 4th fret of the G string, B string, and high E string. So I do a bar like that. And really this is all you have to do. But if you want to play the low E string, you need to mute the A string. So I do that by putting my first finger up a little higher like this. So it's like this. Another way you could do it is put your third finger here. You could try something like that, or maybe combine it kind of like this. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you'd like to watch more of my videos, just search Guitarincrease. My name is Brett, and I thank you so much for watching.